intro now. Now it's showtime for real now.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
Yo, what's up? My name is Siba, and welcome to Siba Selects episode 2 with a brand new superstar. Keeme. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah. So where do I say like hi to? Do I say there or there?
You can say hi there.
There.
Yeah, you can say hi there. But yeah, when you get deep and say something, incredible, I'll definitely use this angle.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, this one. So I'm not in that frame.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
yes,
So this is for both of us.
This is for both of us. And then that one over there is for.
Okay.
Yeah. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Keeme.
Yeah, Keeme.
Keeme. Yeah.
I had to ask Manjo.
Really? What did he say?
And he didn't help me much.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, how would he know? Oh, at my listening session.
Yeah.
But he asked me, he's like, how do you? Is it Keeme? Everyone always struggles with that name. I don't know why.
For the longest time, I was like, oh, Manjo, Keeme is fire, bro.
I've heard that actually. Like, I've heard Keeme, yeah.
Because it reads like that. But I just want to take a moment to shout out my dog. Shout out my dog, Theo Manjo, for putting me on to you. He actually hit me up and he was like, hey, boy. Yo, just listen to this because we worked together for a long time. So, now and again, we just drop.
Oh, shout out to Theo, man. Shout out. And I don't even know how I met Theo now that I think about it.
He's just really tapped in.
Yeah.
He's just really tapped in.
Shout out to him, man.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. It's my first interview, so yeah, I'm feeling really good.
I'm honored to have you here because you're pretty much like a big deal to me, at least.
Oh, thank you so much.
And in my house.
Yeah. Oh, your mom. Oh my God. Shout out to your mom. Also, let's do a shout out to your mom.
Hey, shout out, mama.
No, seriously.
A lot of the times I play music for my mom now and again, and just to give her context of, she's like, hey, come on, this interview thing you're doing.
Yeah.
So I play her your song in the morning, and she's like, who's this? I'm like, no, mama, she's new. You won't know her. Then she's like, I know she can sing. I don't even care why she's sad or why. Just
I feel sad, yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't care. She just sounds nice. And you're the first artist. She was like, you need to interview that person.
No, really.
And I've been doing this interview thing for like 4
way.
years, and she's like, you're the first one. So I was like,
oh, no way. That's amazing to hear. Shout out to your mama.
Alright, so
has she heard the album? Oh,
yeah, the EP. We jam it.
And what did she think?
She loves it. She thinks you're iconic.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's the same thing, like the same feeling I got. You have like a very Beyonce feeling.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're very, like in real life, you're like this big, but your voice is like.
They always say I'm short, okay? No one needs to know how short I am in real life. But yeah.
So I watched that interview you did with Nash, and gave me a little bit of insight into you. And you seem like you are a Ye stan.
Oh yeah.
And so music and memories they kind of go hand in hand. So what would you say was your first Kanye West memory?
First Kanye West memory.
Or most memorable?
Most memorable? To be honest, it was when he stopped Taylor Swift.
Okay.
At the VMAs?
Yes.
Yeah, that was probably my most memorable moment. I don't know why. I just felt like I found him rude to do that, first of all. But I just found him very brave, and he just stood out to me. I always loved his music before then, but when he did that, I listened to his music more. I don't know why. Just his bravery or courage. I don't know what to call, or arrogance. I don't know what it is. But when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, Kanye West is something special.
Would you say mentality-wise, it's that aspect is what you draw from him?
Mentality-wise, yeah, for sure.
Because you talk about intention and that.
Yeah. I love what Kanye West stands for, and I feel like I've interpreted that in my own way. I live my life with intention, passion, love, and everything. So everything that I do has a deeper meaning beneath it. And I'm not saying I'll always be deep and I'll always make sad music or whatever, but I'm a very intentional, deep person, and I really love being authentic and standing for that. So I feel like that's what Kanye West stands for, like authenticity and just doing you and always believing in yourself and everything like that. So I feel like I've molded that into my own way as well. Yeah.
When I have my first interview with an artist or someone is fresh, well, I'm fresh to your music. You've probably been making music for a long time. I like to kind of like try to pick their brain a bit about everything that happened just before the EP or they drop, and then we really dive into the music because it gives a lot of context. From the outside looking in, you strike me as someone very, very well-mannered, very soft, and I'm just wondering, what was it like growing up? What sort of, because you seem to have a lot of support from home.
Yeah.
And family values are very much instilled in you.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it like growing up for you with the parents that you had? Particularly, I want to know about grade 8 you and first year you.
Wow.
Those are two different people. Those are like two big,
Yeah. Growing up, my parents were super, super strict. Super strict. So for a long time, I was a good child. I did everything right. Got good grades. Everything was going well until I got to high school. So when I got into high school, I became super rebellious. And it worsened. I went to Rodin in grade 9. I started off at a co-ed school, Bolu College. I don't know if you know.
I don't know that one, but I know Rodin.
Yeah. So I went to Rodin in grade 9, and yeah, man, I was rogue. I was very rogue. I don't even know if I should say this, but like I was like on the brink of even expulsion. Like I was, I was doing a lot. I was suspended. So yeah, during that time, I'd say I was very, very wild, and that's just because I was breaking into, like, I want to find out who I am.
Yes. Yes.
So I rebelled against everything my parents said. If my parents said I must do Y, I would do X, because I'm like, no, I want to do me. Yeah. And then, as I said, my parents were strict, so they knew how to punish me really well. They punished me very, very well. So then I ended up like calming down. By the time I got into varsity, potting. I was potting. I feel like there's so many different sides to me, but I was potting a lot. That was probably the best thing I did. Like, I was always just out. I was always socializing, meeting people. Yeah, I was fun time. So I guess you'd say they're the same. In grade 8, I wanted to be wild, but it was like held down. First year, I got to live it up, and because I made it to varsity now and I'm over high school, I lived in my own apartment, so it was fine. Like, my parents were not strict anymore. Once I got into varsity, my relationship with my parents became what it is now. So yeah, before then, I was a wild child.
Okay, we'll click back on that later. But would you say that you've always felt like you were free to be to pursue your passion, to explore your creativity?
Yes and no. So yes, in terms of, my parents have always encouraged me to be multidimensional, to never restrict myself within anything. So from a young age, I would always say that, like, oh, I want to be a musician, I want to be a singer. Like every child, I want to be a singer, I want to be whatever. And as a child, my mom would like play Whitney Houston or whatever and like make me sing it. So like I loved it, And she took me to a few singing lessons, like as a child, in primary school. So in a sense, they did support it.
Yes.
As like cute hobby.
Yes.
Until I started growing up and I said, I want to be a musician. And then when I went now to Rodin and everything, I changed again and I said I'm going into, what did I say? I think engineering or something like that. Yeah, very weird. I said I'm going into engineering and I said, no, I'm over music. I'm not doing it. Then grade 10 came and I was tired of pretending to be something that I'm not, in terms of, lying to myself and saying, no, music is just like a little hobby. It's just a little passion. You feel kind of like guilty sometimes, as a black child, to pursue your passion. The sacrifices your parents made and everything. So it's like, I should follow in their steps. I should also be an academic. I should also be a professional. I should, but I couldn't. So in grade 10, I snuck out. I snuck out to go to the studio with some people from Pretoria. I snuck out, and my older sister, she's my cousin, but I called her my older sister, snitched on me actually and told my mom,
We don't like you.
we don't like you. We don't like you, Vuvu. She snitched on me and told my parents. And then from then onwards, my parents were like, okay. They took me to some producer. They're like,
Okay.
okay, you want to do this music so bad? Let's see what's happening.
Let's see what's going
yeah,
on.
Let's
What,
see.
what do you have?
Yeah. So my father told that guy to like test me
Okay.
and see like if he feels like I have potential or whatever. And yeah, the guy did that, and he made me write a song on the spot and like record it and whatever. And then by the time my dad came to pick me up, I had a song and everything. So from then onwards, my parents became very supportive. And that was what, 16, 17? And from that, like from that interaction and everything, I almost released an EP.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I was 16, 17.
Mm.
But then I felt like, I want to do school, I want to do everything. So I just stopped it for some while. But from that day, me sneaking out to go to the studio, that's when my parents became supportive. Yeah. But they wanted me to finish my school first.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of information I just dropped there. But yeah.
No, it makes a lot of sense. Because I feel like on the surface level, it's easy to say, wow, you're an amazing singer. But the songs that made me connect with your work is because of this story. And I totally believe you when you say you're rebellious. When you're on Eazy Breezy, look, Losing My Mind will always be my favorite track. But when I was listening to Eazy Breezy, I kind of should have thugged you. Because
really?
Yes, because people don't. Well, I don't want to sound pretentious. Sometimes there's a misunderstanding of what it takes to be the person you are on the inside.
Yeah.
And the sacrifices, particularly in a black household.
Yeah.
You know, you feel as though when I do something wrong, it's a waste of resources.
Yeah.
You know, so I really love how you talk about purpose and acceptance, and I want to know, when did you really grow into that, and like around which period were you making a song like Eazy Breezy?
Yeah. First of all, I love the way you interpreted it. Like, that's amazing. That's really what I wanted. Eazy Breezy, really, I was able to write a song like that because of COVID. So as I was saying, like, I mean, post that time when I knew I almost dropped that EP, I then went into varsity, and I started meeting friends that are also similar with me, because I have many different sides. Like, in as much as I'm musical and everything, I have this like artistic side to me. I'm also very like pragmatic and like numbers. I love numbers. That's why I do finance. You know.
Wait, are you honors grad now?
Yeah, I'm an honest student.
People are heavy. Sorry. Anyway.
So I started meeting people like that, like everyone in finance or like the commerce, like, you know, I'm meeting people like that, going into corporate or starting their own businesses. And that's also an appealing side to me, like the business aspect of it all. So I'm like, no, I won't do music before COVID. COVID hit, and I didn't want to live. I was living by an apartment at the time. I didn't want to live alone during COVID. I felt like it didn't make sense. So I moved back home, you know, just to see. And, you know, be with my family and everything.
Yeah.
Because I was in boarding from like 15 or so.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I hadn't been home, like, you know, living there for a very long time. So I'm like, you know, let's just see. And COVID was very heavy. You know, COVID really... COVID brought a lot of dark times and like a lot of sadness and a lot of heavy times.
Yes.
And brought a lot of loss in some aspects. But I'm very, very grateful for it as well. If it wasn't for COVID, I wouldn't have had the time or the capacity to actually deal with my emotions.
Yes.
You know, I felt like I had been like soldiering on almost my whole life. You know, no matter what I'm going through, no matter what pain I'm in, no matter what I'm, you know, I'm always just moving. I'm moving because I'm like, no, I have to wake up tomorrow. I have to do this. You know, I never wanted to talk about my feelings. I went in my first year, I tried to go to therapy. That was like 2018 or something. Went to a therapist, CCD, which offers like free. So I went to CCDU, and then she was like, okay, so tell me about yourself. And I already knew what I wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her, I'm like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 happened. And then she asked me, like, how did it make you feel? And I was like, excuse me? Like, what do you mean? I was like, oh, it's inconvenient. That's the word I said. I said it was inconvenient and I didn't like it, you know. That was for me a feeling.
Okay.
And she was like, no, how did it make you feel? And I was genuinely like confused, like, what is this lady asking me? And she's like, no, how did it make you feel? Like, were you sad? Did it make you feel? And I'm like, I don't even know, because I don't tap into that. Yes. All I knew is that this is not, I don't like this right now, I'm moving on. Or I'd like box it down. So COVID now, I'm stuck at home, there's no way you can go lockdown, especially with that lockdown. I got time to sit by myself and truly, you know, go through these emotions of everything. And that's began my process of healing. That began my process of my self-love journey. I started therapy. I started doing so many things to grow as an individual and to deal with my things. So Eazy Breezy really is a song about that. Like all that work I'd been doing from like 2020 up until now, I guess. All the work that I've put in, all the things that I've been doing to heal myself, to grow myself as an individual, who I am now versus me 2 years ago, is a completely evolved, and I would say healed person. I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but there's been so much growth, you know, within myself and who I am. And I feel like that's why I even decided to release it now, because I felt like I'm ready to, you know, reveal myself and show myself to the world. Yeah. I feel like I went on some tangent. I don't even know if I answered the question.
You did.
Okay.
You did. I feel like when an artist goes off on a tangent, I'm doing my job, because I'm extracting information.
Okay. Right. Okay. Because I was like, did I even answer that question?
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. For sure. What I wanted to ask next is that your EP is very personal. You know, artists are given creative license to tell other people's stories, have other writers, you know, it's a part of the art. Art is a collaborative process. But you chose to make it very personal to yourself. And maybe now, outside looking in, first presentation, hi, I'm Keeme, it's easy to be like, oh, this person is comfortable with themselves. But in that moment of 2020, at that time, not how difficult, how would you describe the process of getting to know the deepest, darkest sides of yourself? Because I feel like you're someone that's excelled in life, and then, as you say, box things in. What was it like now having to look at yourself from all angles with nothing left to hide?
Yeah. Yo, that was a very, very difficult phase in my life. Yeah, it's very, very, it's a lot of work. And that's what Eazy Breezy, I know I'm going back to that other song, but that's why I love Eazy Breezy so much, because I know the like pain and the tears and everything that I went through and had to like release and heal from to get to that place. Sorry, what was your question again?
What was it like looking at the deepest parts of yourself? Perhaps the parts that you've been ignoring.
Yeah, it was difficult, but I felt like, for me, I believe in being myself. I believe in authenticity. Like I've never really envied to be anyone else or anything like that. I really have been very comfortable with myself and everything like that. However, I did know I have a lot of work, and I did know that I was projecting a lot of the time, or during that high school phase, you know, that rebellious phase, I was quite an angry person. You know, I was angry at everyone. I was angry at my parents. I was angry at school. I was just angry. So I knew that, like, in order for this to change, I want to feel peaceful, you know?
Yes.
I want to be calm. I want to be happy, truly. And not happy because I get materialistic things or experience like temporary pleasures. I truly want to be able to sit with myself, be still, and I feel like at peace and happy. So no matter how difficult it was, I knew that in the end, I'd be the one winning. You know, it'll be at my highest benefit, because I truly don't believe most people really know what that means or ever get to that place of peace and happiness. Not because they can't, but it's a lot of work to get there, and it's up to you if you really want to, heal. It's up to you if you really want to grow or whatever, evolve as a person. And being at that place, being at a peaceful place, being at a calm place is such an empowering feeling. So, and I've seen so many people. I've seen my family members. I've seen older sisters. I've seen aunts. I've seen so many things happen where they don't deal with their feelings or emotions or things that are going on. And then by the time they're 40 or by the time they're 50, they have breakdowns or they end up changing, or you do you get what I mean? And things just become some like black hole of like bad events happening like often one another. I'm not saying that will happen with everyone, no, but I'm just saying I've seen what suppressing yourself and not embracing your full self and loving yourself fully can do. So I didn't want to go like live my life in regret or doubtful and reach like 30s or 40s and be like, oh, I could have or I should have. No, I wanted to do the work now because I know that in the long term it'll benefit me and I'll be heading where I'm meant to be. So yeah, it was hard, but it's worth it.
I think that's a beautiful note to just end part one. I feel like now I'm ready to get into the music with you.
Yeah,
now I'm ready
oh my
to
god,
really dive into the music now. We'll be back in a second. Welcome back to Siba Selects episode 2 with Keeme.
Hi everyone.
Part 1 is amazing, very insightful.
Yeah, I agree.
Gave me a lot of I don't know if perspective is the right word. It's not the right word, but you know which word I'm going for.
Yeah,
I feel like I definitely got to know you a bit more. But now I want to dive into now I feel like it's the right time to dive into the music a lot more. Probably I can see look a lot happy about that. So tell me, there are so many vibes on this EP, which I love. How long did it take you to make this EP, and which songs were made in which period? Okay, let's start with everyone's favorite. Let's start with everyone's favorite. Let's start with Losing My Mind. When did you make that?
Losing My Mind. Losing My Mind, I wrote that. That was actually the easiest song I wrote.
Okay.
I wrote it, I had gym at 9. And I heard that beat at 8:30. And I was like, this is the beat I've been waiting for. If anything, I truly feel like I've said this to my mom and she thinks I'm crazy a bit, but like I feel like I manifested the Losing My Mind beat.
Okay.
Yeah, like I got it online and everything, but like I remember thinking, oh, I want a ballad. I want something that'll show my vocal range, because I had recorded all the other songs that you're hearing like thereafter Losing My Mind, but I'm like, I don't think these people can hear like I can sing.
Yes.
You get me? Like I don't think they know my
it.
Yeah.
We trust me, we get it after that.
Yeah, they can't hear my range and where I can go. So I'm like, I need a song like that. But I didn't want like a normal like piano ballad. No, I didn't want to be boring. I wanted something with some flavor. So that Losing My Mind beat, I was like, I knew what it was going to be. And I wrote that song in 15 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah, I wrote that song in 15 minutes. Most of the takes from Losing My Mind was like from the first take.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I went to gym, went to studio, and I was like, Tanash, I remember I called him, I'm like, Tanash, I have a good song. Like I have a hit song right now. And we recorded it and it just flowed. So, yeah.
Okay, I need to make this quick joke about FTL. I feel like FTL is OVO.
For sure.
I feel like Drake is Sandra. Party Next Door is 2 a.m. I'm not quite sure.
Which
I'm not quite sure.
Which one? Yeah.
I don't think there's quite an artist that quite represent, because man. No, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah. You guys are like, man. Anyway.
Yeah. Shout out to FTL.
Hey man, FTL man. If you ever need a whatever, dog, you know what I'm saying?
You're
like
down.
Sign me, Nash. Sign me, bro.
Sign me.
So, on the flip side, what was the most challenging song for you to write?
Challenging. Fuck with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
So a lot of the time when people hear my songs like Losing My Mind and everything, yes, I mean, I have had like disappointing experiences, and when I wrote Losing My Mind, I was going through emotional turmoil with someone that I was seeing at the time. So yeah. But fuck with me, I remember thinking like there's no one I like hate. I don't know if you get what I mean. Like there's no one I really like hate like that or anything. Like I'm actually cool with anyone that I've dated or anything like that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Yeah,
I'm thinking like, should I say this or not? But I'm cool with everyone. So it's like, there's no one I want to write a song about like that. Like that. Oh, I'm angry or nah. So fuck with me was tough. Like I wanted to show feeling some emotion of like anger or whatever, but at the same time I wanted it to be like true to me. Like in as much as I could be angry at something or disappointed at something, at the end of the day, like I'm Keeme I'll be good. I'm moving on.
Wow.
No, like seriously, no, no, like no, but seriously,
I love
like
it.
no, so
seriously.
No, I'll never be down bad with anything. I'll always.
Damn. Can I ask, to be such an elite human being, what's it like? Just waking up, I kill school, I kill tracks, I just do that. It's nice.
Oh gosh.
Anyways, I find that with artists that are supremely gifted, in their vocals.
Thank you.
They because they're so supremely gifted in that, it's easy for them to lean on that. And when it comes to songs where they need to perhaps have a bit more flows, they do struggle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was wholeheartedly, willing to take you having a song where I'm like, it's okay. No, she's a singer. We don't expect her to have flows like that.
Yeah.
But instead, you got some flows in you.
Yeah.
You got some flows in you.
Yeah.
Particularly on a song like Reckless.
Yeah.
There I was waiting. I was like, this is the low point. Here we go. I still love her. But
especially with Sancho starting like like
if I could go back out. But yeah, you came on. I'm like, it's a bit unfair now.
Thank you.
It's a bit unfair. So tell me, because you have pretty weird inspirations for music. Zahara and it's
yeah.
Whom were you listening to be able to have flows, and what is the process like of writing a song with flows? Because I feel like when it's something like Losing My Mind, you kind of just
it's a ballad. Yeah. And that's who do I listen to? To be honest, for me to be able to rap sing, that's like my inspiration would be like Beyonce. Like you know how like Beyonce would come on like Top Off or like ape shit, like singing, but like she's like flowing with it. You get me? Like she's like in
Icon.
So I feel shout out to Beyonce with that. So I feel like that was my inspo. Like there's so many genres I can do. Like and as much as I can do a ballad and like sing and show my vocal range, I also can like flow. I can like I want to show that and that's the kind of music I can't wait to do more of actually.
Really?
Yeah. I love everything. But like that rap, like that flow, I love that vibe. I love that vibe. And people would not expect it with me. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Also. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the most interesting thing, they are probably only in this country. There are two artists who, if they do ballads, I don't like ballads.
Oh my goodness.
Keep it 100.
Really?
Keep it 100. I don't like ballads. I don't even listen to Adele.
No, stop.
Honestly, I don't. Keep it, man. Like, it's high quality stuff. I'm like,
keep it. No.
So when there's an artist that does ballads and I'm like, this is banging. Then I know that. I know. Like, there must be. So I do think that element of flows and that little hint of it is definitely evident in your music because it does have a certain bounce to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you conscious of that? Because I know you're aware of the state of the music economy in this country. You know, we love to dance.
So sorry, what was your question again?
When you make music,
Am I aware of the
are you
flow?
conscious of the fact that you might have to um be make songs in that lane so that everyone can listen to your music? Or do
I
you just do what
am.
you want?
Yeah, I look. So this is a tricky question because I mean, at the end of the day, so I'm aware of the like I'm a piano, it's a dance country, like you know, I am definitely aware of that. But at the same time, I also am aware of singers are usually associated with, like with R&B, which is what I'm in. Yeah, but like that like trap soul
Yes.
R&B, you get me?
I
Like
feel.
those Elaine vibes and everything. Like I've heard some new artists and everything, super dope girls coming out as well. And everyone's kind of on that wave tip, like that soul trap. I don't know what's that genre called. I think you know
Trap soul.
Trap soul, yeah, that trap soul,
Yeah,
like
I
R
feel,
and B. So I'm definitely aware of all of these genres and like the popular genres, but at the same time, I feel like, and I've said this like repeatedly, I'd rather be me and like do me. So I am aware and I try to be conscious of it. That's why I try add a song that's a bit maybe like reckless. I knew it was in because it shows a bit of my like flowy kind of chilled side. It's not like a ballad or anything like that. But at the same time, if I want to do a song that's like reckless, I'm gonna do it. And I always do me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to be like confined into any genre or
Yes.
be told like, I must do it like this. No. I want to do what I feel and what I want to put out because it's an expression of me. And that's all I can ever be, you know. So I'm aware of it. But at the same time, I kind of don't care. Like, I'm aware, but I do me.
Because even when you hop on Afrobeat-esque sort of production,
Yeah.
The thing I hate the most now is when niggas start putting on the fake Caribbean accents and the bad you're not, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I really enjoyed the fact that you were still very much you on that song.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I love Afrobeats. I love there's so many songs. So you know like EP, there's so many songs that you write and do, you know, record, but only a few can make the cut. And there's an Afrobeat song. I think I cried when we couldn't put it in. But I love Afrobeats and I just love doing it with my own little flow and everything like that. But yeah, whatever song it is, I'll always do it in my own way. Yeah, I think that's the bottom line. But in terms of genres and where to go and how to take it or whatever, I'm not afraid of anything. If anything, I do believe I can cross into anything, really. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I answered that question. Sorry.
You always answer the question. I just think it's because you're like a kid genius that you feel like I need to make sure I get this question.
Can you see the person that's like straight
10
with
out of 10.
10 out of Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I really do love the fact that you do have this complete opposite side where you're super creative, but you also what did you call it? Pragmatic,
yeah.
Yes. I feel like people forget that music is a business.
Yeah,
it's an industry. It's about navigating. So I was really impressed. I was like, with your rollout and the imagery and things, how deeply involved were you involved? How deeply involved were you in that process of the rollout and the imagery? And because I saw the snippets of the listening party, I'm like, damn, is this a new artist?
Yeah. Oh, I was behind everything.
Okay, this is where the Eazy comes out. Okay, now I get it now.
You know what? Like, I need to say shout out to like Naledi Soaz. She's in Canada now. So unfortunately, like she's not around, but like she was behind the images, like with my photo shoot. Like if you saw like some of those images, she's behind it. And I remember sitting. Hectic.
Don't worry, the generator kicks in.
Oh.
Yeah, we
work
for big companies, man.
Generators.
Yeah.
So yeah, I must definitely like give a shout out to Naledi because she's amazing. Like she's so creative, and the reason everything looks so good. Everyone is an amateur. Like, there's no one here that's like established or anything. Like, I was her first studio shoot, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, I was her first studio shoot.
Hey, you guys are the shit.
No, like, shout out to her,
like
man.
lady shit.
No, like,
For real.
honestly. And Tanash, FTL. I can't stress FTL more. But Tanash, like, his name is Tanash, and was really cool. His full name.
Guys,
nickname.
his stage name
nickname
is Nash. His
levels
superstar
here,
name is
Jamie.
Nash. This is Nash. Imagine I call you
Tanash. What?
Keeme. It's in the
Keeme.
streets. I tell you by your superstar name.
Yeah. So Nash, let me call him Nash. He's been super supportive as well. Anything I want, I'm like, oh, Nash, I want this and this and this. He'll be helping with the edits and everything. Like, he's been super supportive. But in terms of how things are done, how I want it to be done, and I'm behind it. Oh, and my mom, Shlanshla. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Shout out to Shlanshla. We have to say shout out to Shlanshla. Like, she's been...
Sorry, what?
Shlanshla. That's my mom. Shlanshla. You know, I don't know if you saw that meme. Some, like, you know those Afrikaans teachers with like those wedges? Yeah, so it was like, Shlanshla, get out my class. So I called her Shlanshla.
Okay.
Yeah, it was since that. So my mom has really been beside me with everything. But I'm super involved. Like, Tanash always tells me, like, Keeme, you are so particular. I pay attention to detail. I'm a slight perfectionist with certain things.
Slight.
I must say, like, I can be very picky. I'm very particular. Yeah, and that's what you can see my pragmatic, like, structured side, like, kick in. I like to be involved. Like, I know what I want. It's just that I just needed to make sure it comes out right.
Yes.
You get what I mean?
Yes.
I might not be able to do the photo shoot, do it and everything.
You know your vision.
I know my vision, and I know the quality that I want in it. So yeah, I'm super involved. And whatever happens with me, you know, when my career keeps going and keeps picking up and everything, I always would want to be very involved in everything I do. I love being involved. I'm particular, and I like knowing that it's a true representation of me. So yeah.
Okay. I wanted to ask you about the track list. I was planning to ask you about the track list at this point, but now that you raised that point, when it comes to the picking of the songs, the executive producing, was that you again?
Picking the songs.
Yeah. Or was this more of a collaborative, hey guys, how do you think it should?
No, it was me. It was me. Shlanshla has my mom.
Yeah.
As I said, she's very involved. So she'll tell me, you know, like, have it all.
Yeah.
It was in whether I wanted it or not. My mom was like, I love Have It All. It has to be in. Yeah. So there's songs, you know, that she fought for and everything. But in terms of how it's gonna sound, like even the set list, like
the track list,
the track list and the order and everything, it's me. I'm particular. I know what I want, but you know, Tinashe and everyone, as I said, I'm supported. Like Tinashe, when I need his help, will be there with me. My mom would be there with me, but at the end of the day, I always make the final decision, and I make most of the decision because I want it to be about me. There's a time, like, when I was recording now songs, as I said, like, I've recorded so many songs. I'd be recording and then I played for my family. Like, you know, Losing My Mind?
Yes.
First time I recorded it, Tinashe was not sure. I swear.
Hi, Nash.
He only liked it after he mixed it. But that's because, like, you know, when I recorded, I have, like, 10 backings.
Okay.
So it's like, what am I...
It was a completely different song.
Yeah, it was a completely different song. So it's only now when I'm like, no... put this vocal down, put this up, put this what everything is like, oh wow, I see it now. You know? But there's so many songs where I'd like play for my mom or play for Tinashe, and they'd be like, I don't know, maybe not. But I fought. So and that's because I knew what I wanted. So I can't make it a group decision, because if you do that, you won't be able to make your own decisions as well. You won't like have like a true representation of yourself. So I'm open, but I'm not really. Yeah. Not really. Yeah. But I am open.
Okay. Love it. So that brings us to the track list question. What was the thinking behind the track list why the order. I'm looking at it now as like Eazy Breezy and it's like Trust. You know, I can kind of see the vibe. You know, the first three I can see what's going on.
Yeah.
But is that like the midpoint?
Yeah. So this EP is about love.
Yes.
You know, every song actually I write will always be there'll be
About
some sort
love.
of love
Yeah.
involved in it. So as you can see, you know, it's Losing My Mind, Fuck With Me, right? Fuck With Me, Reckless. Those are love songs, and now that's like almost my pain. You know, those are speaking about my pain or anger or like I'm moving on, kind of. That's the kind of vibe, you know. So maybe I would say heartbreak. You know, that was the element of love that I was experiencing there. And then you go into Eazy Breezy, and now Eazy Breezy, I wanted to show that I'm about to change the flow now.
Yes.
And
okay.
Eazy Breezy was what is that song? Transition song.
Okay.
Yeah, Eazy Breezy was my transition song, and I wanted to say that like, oh, okay, in as much as I experienced this or whatever, like this is who I am now. You know, I've grown to this individual at this point, and from that Easy Breezy point, like with me growing and evolving to become the person that I am today, I was able to experience Trust and Tell Me You Love Me.
Okay.
And Trust and Tell Me You Love Me is kind of like my love songs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm speaking about a certain person or whatever.
Hey, shout out.
hey,
shout out.
You know, I'm speaking about, you know, instances that made me really happy or whatever. And that was from going through that journey, that Easy Breezy healing state.
Okay.
And then Have It All and Ode, that's now like my finale. Have It All, I'm talking about my knowing my potential, knowing where I'm heading. It's a motivational song. It's like
it is.
It's definitely
I kind of jam it in the morning.
Yeah. Have It All is that pick me up song, and it's that holding on. You know, hold on to whatever you believe in. And Ode was my finale, my you know, I wouldn't be where I am, you know, to have done all of these songs and to have experienced all of these and like have grown into the artist that I am now without my parents. And that's like my finale, like, thank you. So that's why it was structured in that way.
Okay. I when I got to Have It All, like I didn't get your EP on first listen. Okay, maybe that sounds bad, but I didn't conceptually. I was just like, hey man, whatever she's singing about, it sounds nice. She can sing about whatever. But as I sat down, and I felt like, I don't know, it felt quicker than what it was. I was like, so I've listened to this EP. I had to sit on it for a while before everything really clicked. And then there was a day where I was just chilling on my bed, you know, I was doing work, and then I got to Have It All, and I was like, I know it all makes sense.
Oh wow.
It all makes sense. It's easy to dismiss the EP as something that's not conceptually deep when it's like, hi, I'm Keeme. But it really is a true introduction to you and your world. I feel like from here you're just gonna do crazier stuff. I feel like it might be like we don't know what's coming next.
Yeah.
You could do whatever, but I feel like you just had to get this one and say, hey guys, this is generally who I am. This is my story. This is where I come from.
Yeah.
We can go on from here.
Yeah, now I'm about to show you guys some, you know, different parts of me and everything.
Wow, okay.
Wow, I'm glad you got it like that as well. And I love hearing that, you know, it's better hearing that you actually had to like truly listen with it and sit with it, because then it shows that it was an immersive experience, you know. It wasn't just quick and like an obvious depth kind of, you know. The depth behind it and the meaning behind it takes its time, and really when you want to understand or allow yourself to go through it and feel it, that's when you'll see like, oh wow, why I even called it Hi I'm Keeme, and why the picture is the way it is and everything.
Yes. Okay, no, Kanye, tell us about the cover art, because you know what I mean, like there's maybe, you know what I mean, I'm missing the greatness here. Tell me, break it down for me, why this picture?
When I saw that picture, I just felt like there's just something so iconic about that picture. I don't know, I just feel like when I looked at it, me looking away but still having like huge emphasis on my face and everything, and it black and white. I wanted it to be vulnerable, but at the same time show that like how do I explain this?
I feel you.
Yeah, like
I'm
it's
with your thought process.
yeah, like it's I was introducing myself, but so you've met me now. I'm quite like reserved. Like I'm chilled in person and everything. How do I explain this? I'm like in person. I'm reserved. I'm calm. I'm whatever.
Mm,
But I have a presence.
very much.
Yeah, I'd like to think. I'd like to think I have a presence and everything. So I wanted a picture that shows that, in as much as I'm the next artist, I'm the
Yes.
next artist. I have a presence,
Okay.
but like it'll not be what you think. I don't know how to explain.
No,
I wish you
get
could
it.
like explain it for me. This is the part now where I struggle to express what's behind that picture. There's many things in my head. I don't know. Maybe you can say it. I don't.
I do get it.
Yeah.
I do. I truly do get it. It's just that you're going off the dome right now.
Yeah.
That's why,
Now
that's why,
I'm like, yeah, I'm
But
spinning.
I feel all of the emotions going. Yeah, I love that, man, about you, man. Like nothing is random, dog.
No. I believe that we can have a lot more conversation or be open about other aspects and deeper aspects, real meaning, real depth. So whether they will interpret it as that and whether they'll appreciate it or not, that's not really something I can control. All I can do is just put it out and be me. But I'll always be, Keeme as an artist and everything, I'll always be known for just being very intentional about it. I want me doing music. It's not because I thought it was fun or I wanted to be famous, or it wasn't about that. If anything, coming out and being like public about it was actually quite like the hardest part about doing music, because I've always enjoyed being like in the background. Like I've enjoyed being in my own space. I only downloaded Instagram like 2021, like Jan 2021. And yeah, I was not in the spotlight or anything like that. I didn't.
You're not even concerned with it.
No, I'm happy. I'm
You're
happy in my
happy
I'm
doing
happy
your
in my
thing.
own circle, in my own space. Like I'm good. But I knew that I feel like this is it's my destiny. Like I'm meant to be an artist. I'm meant to be so many things. I need to step into it. I need to step into my potential.
Welcome back. Thank you for being on the show and for being so vulnerable with me on the show. I do appreciate it, and a platform like this really exists for artists like yourself who have an actual story to tell behind the music. So I appreciate that a lot.
No, I want to say like thank you obviously for inviting me here. At the end of the day, like, I'm super appreciative and grateful for this experience as well, and for this opportunity, because it gives me a platform to speak about myself and express myself, and for people to be given a different avenue for them to really know who I am and understand who I am and why I make the music that I do, or why I am the way that I am. It's through an opportunity like this and through an interview like this. And so thank you for inviting me.
Keeme, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to meet you. Like, really meet you.
No! Oh my gosh, I feel the same way. Totally.
Alright, that's all I have for you on episode 2 of
Yeah.
Siba Selects.